I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
That's all right, take your time.
And I come to council, I listen, I laugh, and I shake my head at how our city is being dragged into the ground. I never speak because it's always messy and chaotic. However, today is different. I lost my 2-year-old grandson on the 15th. And to get calls and text messages about a Linda Pennington page on Facebook. And I get on there and the first thing I see is our Flint Council president being tagged. 4th Ward Judy Priestley being tagged. The cameraman, Paul Heron or Herman, whatever his name is, being tagged. Oh God, I can't even get my words out.
Take your time.
For you guys to allow yourself to be tagged in a post that's taking pleasure in the death of a 2-year-old left me speechless. The post stated that my grandson dying is my mother's Beverly Biggs Levy karma for how she behaves at the city council meetings. I understand there are several council people that do not like my mother because her words do cut deep and she can go low. However, to allow yourself to be included in such vile activities speaks volumes about you guys.
Yes, it does.
Ladel, you stated in my post today that you're never behind a fake page. That's not your style, and you have a full agenda of transforming things to do in the city, and posting negative comments about the bereaved is not one of them. If posting negative comments is not what you do as a mother, as a black mother that was just on the city council crying about protecting your child and how scared your child was when someone came to your house, why would you allow yourself to be tagged in such a negative post?
That's right.
Why would anyone working with the council allow themselves to be tagged in this post? When you guys did remove yourself from this post, it shows that you approve, accept, and condone the behaviors.
That's right.
You guys shouldn't have any position in these city council chambers. Some members of this council like to throw rocks and hide their hands, but I want you to know in your face, not behind a fake page, that anyone participates and takes pleasure in a child's death, that you are sick, you are evil, you are twisted, you are miserable, you are low life, bottom shelf, twisted, rotten to the core, bottom of the barrel scum of the earth. You can laugh, you can joke, and you can make light of my grandson's death, but I want you to know, I take comfort in knowing that my grandson is resting in the arms of God.
That's right.
And you better hope and pray that you make it there.
That's right.
Amen. Right.
The next speaker is Beverly Biggs Levy.
My name is Beverly Biggs Levy. I'm in the 3rd Ward. Ladel, how dare you get on Facebook and call my grandson a murderer? How dare you get on Facebook? That Linda Pennington is you. Everybody know it's you, because every time somebody comment, you come back with a comment. But how dare you get on Facebook and say, I might have a murderer. I might have a murderer. I might have a baby that's gone, but I bet you I ain't got nobody retarded. Because you are one retarded sister. You have no dignity about yourself. You need to go get a perm and take that wig off and start trying to be truthful with the people. You know you're not right. We want you out, and we can't wait to get you out. You are sad. And carmel, where in the Bible do you see carmel? You don't. So that means you don't know the word. And that's why I say, don't pray for me, because y'all don't know what to pray for me for. God has my back, my front, my side. He has me covered all over. And to have a baby to die, it's a shame that you would get on there and say anything. While you clean up Savage Park. Clean up your park. Clean up your park. Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Because I know the word. You gotta get it. I know the word. I know the word. You are ridiculous. You are ridiculous. Thanks, Quincy, for cutting that grass. Don't think I have nothing against you. I don't have anything against you, but you with the devil. And until you wake up and see that you with the devil, you ain't gonna never move over in this area. We're gonna recall and recall and recall. I'm gonna recall until I'm in the grave, because you five are not right. You are not right. And until you get it right, I'm gonna be on your ass.
My heart goes out to you because it just didn't affect your son. It affects your entire family. The children that were there in the house kept the little girl who's the national junior, she's on the National Junior Honor Society, kept her knees pressed up to her chest because they were grieving for the loss of their little cousin, a toddler. When we allow ourselves to be tagged in vile, hurtful, and it's over and over and over again, it's sad. It is. It's sad that we have immature people here on this council. And I've been saying, yeah, that Linda Pendleton, it's Ladel Lewis. She got several faces, several personalities. She's sitting up here today with a different personality. We know. And it's bad as an elected official. Yes, it is. To behave in that manner. It's unbecoming. It's unbecoming of a council person. And yeah, if you were tagged in something, you know you're tagged because Facebook will tell you when you're tagged. You should have went and untagged yourself, Judy.
There is a God, because that vile councilwoman in the 9th Ward that is thank God she is gone. Because she said in not so many words that they deserved what they got because they were recording up here. That your grandson, Miss Beverly Biggs, was recording up here and recording her mischiefs and her corruption and her bullshit. And she said, oh, they got what they deserved. That is vile, and I thank God that we have Mr. Jarrett here that could bring some kind of that could bring honor and dignity back to that seat. Because for 6 years that she, I will say, was less than, I'm going to say she's just less than. Every word that you can think of, she was less than. So, Miss Beverly Biggs, your daughter, your whole family, you're all in our prayers. Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward, you have the floor.
you know, when I heard about the tragedy that affected Ms. Biggs' family, my heart broke. But I thought, excuse me. My heart broke for you, but I didn't feel that my sympathy would be appreciated. But honestly, the whole tragedy made me cry. You not only lost a great-granddaughter. You lost a grandson for this as well. And your son and your granddaughter. Your son and grandson, I'm sorry about the sex. But regarding Miss Linda Pendleton, who I have no idea who is, I don't pay any attention to anything she posts. She tags me, I don't remove her tag. I don't remove her tag on anything because a lot of people tag me on things.
Please stop the time. Please stop the time. Madam Clerk, please stop the time.
I'm calling her.
Please stop
order.
yelling out.
I'm calling.
You've been called to order. Stop yelling out. Please start the time, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the second ward.
Thank you so much. So just wanted to address the accusations again. My name is Ladel Lewis, and I stand behind Ladel Lewis. One thing I'll never do, I will never hide behind a fake post or fake page name, because that's not who I am. I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. I throw a rock and show you where I got it from. That's not how I'm cut. So it is definitely an unfortunate tragedy, but what's even more unfortunate is the fact that somehow things keep coming back to being blamed on me. Just like you tagged me earlier. Anyone can tag anyone. Anyone can tag anyone. I never moved the tag at all. But see, I'm out here in the community doing things such as the Cloud Road cleanup, getting partnerships and leveraging resources so we can do some things on that forgotten north side. So I don't have time to talk about people's loved ones, nor do I have time to talk about colleagues and talk about their mental status. See, ma'am, again. So before I bring you to order, I don't see everyone's tag. I don't even see everyone's post. The fact that, ma'am, you're being brought to order. So the point is, regardless of what you may say, and contrary to what my colleagues are saying, it's unfortunate that we have colleagues blaming other colleagues, talking about their mental status. What we need to talk about is what we're doing in our ward. Let's start there. Because it's not a place to try to mentally evaluate anyone, especially when we have colleagues talking about stabbing colleagues' tires. This is not a place. So what we need to do, we need to continue to do the work. As you continue to lie and say, I'm Linda Pendleton, okay, let's lie and talk about the great things I'm doing in the second ward. But not just that, let's see what you're doing in your ward. Let's stay focused.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor at this time?
We leave it on. So it gets to be a bit much. So in the words of Councilman Mays, it's a bit much.
Local governments to build an equitable economic recovery from the devastating economic effects caused by COVID-19. Unfortunately,
1 second. Ma'am, that is your first warning.
Good. It's still bullshit.
All right, that's your second warning. Please leave this meeting. Yes.
I appeal the ruling of the chair.
All right, the ruling of the chair has been appealed. Is there a second? It's been moved and properly supported. Ms. Burns, you have the floor.
My point is, you have to allow people, you're so quick, Madam Chair, immediately, they don't get a next breath to say something before that's your second warning. You know, don't allow, there's a lot going on, and you have to consider the trauma that the Flint residents have been through. You have people in here this evening who have went through trauma, and you're ruling with the iron fist.
Yes, Mr. Murphy.
Could you explain what the yes and the no vote is?
Absolutely. The yes vote overturns the ruling of the chair. The no vote sustains the ruling of the chair. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Murphy.
No.
Ms. Priestley? Nope. Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
No.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Earl Alleman?
No.
Ms. Lewis?
no.
The vote is 5 yes, 4 no.
The vote is 5 yes, 4 no. Ms. Gladys, please exit our meeting. You are being removed. Please leave. Officer?
When she sits up and you blame everything on COVID, you got a lot of nerve blaming everything on COVID. Because I'm going to tell you what, COVID didn't walk and have legs. That was you guys. That was our government. Don't. And you know what? If I wanted to, I'd have said something you
Is there anyone else who would like the floor at this time? We are in the first round of discussion on Resolution 240.
And some property that they own and see what they can do. I know when we did projects, we didn't have to go through all of this.
Point of order. Point of order.
What is your point?
The point of order is Mr. Ariel Mitchell, he's yelling out.
That stopped me from my train.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's yelling out derogatory things, and he needs to be brought to order.
No, this is not a back and forth with the audience. Will the audience please come to order? I've asked several times. Everyone, please stop yelling out. Please stop yelling out. I can't hear you. That's why I'm looking at you, because I hear you. Please stop yelling out. All right, so. Ariel, that includes you as well. Please stop yelling out.
Can I get my 10 seconds back?
Can we please get his 10 seconds back on the clock? You don't have to, but you have to stop yelling out.
I'm willing to move this forward. I'm not willing to wait. We gonna do all we can to make sure that we make our neighborhood look better than what it look like. And maybe because you guys don't live in the hood like we do, you don't understand what we have to look at when we go outside.
Can we please pause the time? Can we please pause the time? 1 second, Mr. Pfeiffer. I'll get with your request. Please, audience. Stop yelling out. Mr. Pfeiffer, what is your request?
Are you aware that you should get on that lawnmower and go mow some lawn?
Point of order. That was entirely inappropriate and misused. No. We're going to stand on council rule because we're going to stand on council rule.
So what rule was breached? 1 second, Dr. Lewis. What rule was breached? She did.
It's called point of order.
No, she did not. I heard her and I gave her the floor. What is your point, Dr. Lewis? What? She did say point of order. What rule has been breached, Dr. Lewis?
My point of order is, if that was a request for information, that was an improper request for information, and if that was not a request for information, that was being disorderly. Thank you.
Thank you. Please continue, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you so much. So what I'm saying, and the point that I'm trying to make is
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward, Dr. Lewis has the floor.
We are not having proper decorum. This is not a back and forth. This is debate time. And so we don't need to disrespect one another. Again, this is where being disorderly comes into play.
Okay, this is my discussion time. And
Please start your time, Madam
This
Clerk.
is my discussion time, Ms. Del Lewis, in case you understand who has the floor. I have the floor, okay? Perfectly clear, okay? She was talking to me, so you talk decorum to her, and she's still over there mumbling. Back to the order of business. Don't get snapped.
Okay, please start your time.
You're open for business in the 3rd Ward, which means you took a lawnmower for $11,000, another $4,700.
Please pause the time. Please pause the time.
Don't come for me.
Excuse me, Councilwoman Burns, please pause. Dr. Lewis, you have the floor. What is your point of order? What rule has been breached?
Again, we're not using proper decorum, and we're not staying focused on the specific topic of this reroute Flint. We don't need to talk about any other park, any place. We're not talking about lawnmowers, we're talking succinctly about re-root Flint.
Thank you,
and what they
thank you,
voted up
Dr.
and down the
Lewis.
line.
Thank you. Please continue with her 23 seconds.
Councilperson, the second ward is out of order.
Please continue with her,
Because if
okay.
he continues to talk to me, I'm going to address him. Hello, my name is Kawana Mack, and I'm in Mushat's ward. Point of order for you. But let me get to this. I would like to talk about, this is the council meeting, page 5, resolution 240177.
Ma'am.
The appointment of
Ma'am.
Ladel
Ma'am.
Lewis and Judy
Ma'am.
Priestley to the Economic
Ma'am, I'm bringing,
Development Board
ma'am.
to steal
Ma'am,
that
that's
money.
your warning.
What? I'm being dramatic.
Ma'am, you're not being brought to order. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is a public hearing. This is not public comment. So, no, you can't, unfortunately.
What I supposed to
You
talk
have
about?
to talk about the, no, you have to talk about the specific budget. I made it abundantly clear at the beginning. You must speak specifically to the budget.
I'll stick to the budget.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, yeah, give me my time back.
No, ma'am, please proceed.
It's time to call the police on
Please
you.
proceed.
But let me say this. The budget,
Pause the time, please.
way back though, go back.
What is your point of order?
Madam Chair, you did take about 32 seconds of the speaker's time, and whereas you entered into discussion. And that was discussion, that was not. She should be given back her time to discuss this public hearing in regards to the budget. You did discussion on her time. You stole her time, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
thank you, Ms. Burns. So you will not receive that time
No,
back.
no.
Because when the chair was,
I say-
this is not an
Point of
argument.
order.
This is not an argument.
You're supposed to have a vote.
This is not, no, this is not an argument.
Because you say so.
This is not an argument.
okay,
So
let
what
me
we're
get to the
doing
budget.
is, we're going to proceed with your time because
okay,
as
well,
the
be
chair
sure.
was trying, ma'am,
No.
as the chair, ma'am, I mean, either you can be brought to order or we can move on to the
Council
next
people
speaker.
is not supposed to
Either we
argue
can
with the
move on to the next
residents.
speaker. So, again, when the chair was bringing you to order to let you know that you can't speak about anything that you want to, that's fine too. So go ahead and start our time. Proceed.
Okay, I want to talk about the budget. That y'all are, you know what, y'all want to put liens on people's house, put property taxes and all this stuff. Y'all stole the ARPA money. If you would have gave that to the people, they would have been able to pay that. And I willow trees. You tell me there's cold air in the winter and my leaky roof and some willow trees. You tell me where that makes sense.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're
And
talking
the
about the
budget.
fiscal year budget.
Oh, okay, the budget. Did the
The
budget?
fiscal year budget. Go ahead.
You keep interrupting me. That's right. You stop that, bully. But I want to say this. Did that budget, this year's budget, involve you and Mushat going out of town on the taxpayers' money? And I want to tell Mushat, you ain't safe. You getting out of here. How dare you talk to women Carter like that? You know what?
Ma'am, that's enough.
You know
Have a
what?
seat.
Y'all play. I got time.
Ma'am, you're not being germane. So please have a
y'all
seat.
playing the shell
That is
game
your warning,
with
ma'am.
the citizens of Flint.
Ma'am, that is your
money.
warning. Please have
And
a
I'ma
seat.
kick that shell
Ma'am,
off
that is your
Mushat's
second
back.
warning.
She
You
getting
are
outta
removed
here.
from this meeting for being disorderly.
No, I'm not. I'm going to sit down.
Ma'am,
You
that is your
rude,
second
and I'm
warning.
going to
You
sit
are
down. I'm
you are
going to sit
removed
down
from
in
this
my
meeting.
seat. You come
Per
with
our
me.
disorderly
You come
person
with
city
me.
code subsection. You are being disorderly.
On my
So thank
own
you and have a
time.
good evening.
No, I'm not. I'm going to sit down.
Okay.
She can come back to the next one. She can come back.
Again, I would like to draw everyone's attention to the disorderly person city code subsection, which states that any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators shall be removed from the meeting. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next speaker for this public hearing, please.
Tia Harris, First Ward resident. I'm gonna change the mood a little bit. I got joy, joy, joy down in my soul. I got joy, 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 joy for the world to behold. And let me tell you why. That's because several of the council people have been a little high on power, and the others a little drunk on authority.
I am, and I'm gonna do that part. I'm gonna keep it holy. My name is Ladel, the First Ward. Last week I was put out by the police, escorted out. It was unnecessary Quincy not here, but Ms. Ladel started it off. For you to sit here and say that you feel unsafe, how you think I feel unsafe. When that man came with a gun, a taser, bigger than me, to walk me out, that was unnecessary. And then, we don't need no trees, because if you, like you can't hear or see, it was so many shootings and killing just this weekend alone that they don't even need to be in here. It was horrible this weekend. This was like a war zone this weekend that passed. And for y'all to sit up here and have a situation talking about a tree, it's sad in this world when we got to compete against a tree.
Judy. A couple weeks ago, when Ladel was talking to my 12-year-old daughter, you made a statement that says, I need to train her. Well, I want you to know, she's very well trained. But tonight, I learned that somebody needs to train you, because you think willow trees is more important than human. So it seemed like you had that backwards. You mumbled it under your breath wrong. You should have been telling it to yourself. Maybe you need to write a memo so you can listen to it every day. But then Ladel. That's the one. Next time you feel you want to talk to my daughter, can you talk to the mama? Oh, the brother said you can talk to him. So you can pick either or. And I also want to remind you, yeah, I still say you the reason my cousin dead today. Because you had the police down here escorting people out when they should be out on the streets doing their job and not in here escorting the citizens out. So just to let you know, it's coming, baby.
And I would like to congratulate my colleague, Tanya Barnes, for going all the way and for doing what was necessary for the residents of the city of Flint and for the colleagues and for Councilman Mays. Councilman Mays is smiling down right now. He's smiling right now. But how dare Attorney Kim want to take taxpayers' money to appeal? You need to leave it alone. In fact, you probably need to go to your office and read some more of your law books. And Councilman Jared, you are a breath of fresh air. You handle.
Madam Chair.
Ms. Priestley, go ahead.
I want to let the residents of the Fourth Ward that they matter. Because these people inside here obviously do not think that you do. They have done nothing but criticize you and belittle where you live. I'm here to tell you I care, and I have shown it over and over and over to my residents. I stand up for you. I defend you and I support you.
Excuse me, pause your time, pause the time. This is council response, not council back and forth. So I want to ask you again. I can't see over there, so esteemed colleagues that hear the yelling out, which equates to being disorderly, I please ask for you to call out individuals that are out of order, because our colleague in the 4th Ward is taking her time. So again, I can't see all the way over there. I'm relying on my colleague on that side of the room to make sure that we're calling the audience to order. Proceed, Ms. Priestley.
You see, some people in this city don't feel that you deserve anything. They talk bad about you and where you live.
They didn't come. They did a no-show.
Miss Priestley,
It was
you don't have the floor, Miss Priestley.
Okay, it was on a callback day. They were scheduled. The last day was a callback day on Thursday. But Judy, they didn't show up. That's a fact. Whatever, I'm not gonna argue. Yeah, whichever, they did not show up. I asked you to have them here. And if they didn't come here, then that's a problem that you did not have them here. Because it was requested to have them here. Now, I can pull up my agenda before this meeting is over, but the D-Day was on there. And I'm pretty sure I saw that. Or was it a Monday? Whatever that last call, because you weren't here. I think it was the day you weren't here, Judy. But they did not show up. So you need to take a look at that, because I know I ain't totally crazy. So when we look at it, it's a problem. And I got a problem why our city attorney, you want to prosecute everybody else. Why didn't you prosecute the DDA who took that money? That's what I want to know. So I understand that the DDA needs to be here to answer questions. And before we give $560,000, and are they functioning? That was the purpose to have them. Tell us what your goals are. What are you doing downtown? I mean, they could have came here and it was on our agenda. It was on there. It was an amended agenda. And they didn't show up. So if you're saying I'm not showing up, that's really saying to us, look, just give us the money and shut up. You know, and that to me is a problem.
Yes, in regards to the DDA budget hearing, yes, they were asked to attend. And then they were asked not to because our role is not to have a hearing on their budget. We just approve it. We cannot make any changes.
Request for information.
What is your request?
Who asked them to not attend?
This was done in consultation with our city attorney and our city clerk. So, and they were not on the callback list. They were added to a Thursday. So I wanted to clarify that. And you know what? I'm having real hard time, Madam Chair.
Can we please pause the time? I would ask that the audience would please keep their comments low. Thank you.
We do not. We have no input into their budget. There was no need for us to have them as part of the budget hearings.
Request for information.
What's your request?
Through you to Councilwoman Priestley, are we not bailing them out with $560,000 into their budget?
And and when I was at a conference for the Michigan Municipal League, that seems to be standard across the state. And that was 2 weeks ago that I was at that conference. So I was willing, that's why I put it on there, to satisfy Ms. Burns' questions. And then when I found out that we didn't need to, I removed it.
Request for information.
Please pause the time. What is your request for information, colleague in the 6th?
To Ms. Priestley, it would have been do you think it would have been a courtesy to let me know that they had been taken off?
I thought that had been
Please continue with her time.
Happened. So anyways, I'm going on with this.
So I can understand us not maybe having input to change, but to have to approve a budget and not be able to question how funds are being utilized, that part just really doesn't make sense. I mean, again, not necessarily changing, but even being able to ask, what is this? Why is this? Is this the only or the best way? If we're approving it, if I'm approving something, I want to be able to at least ask the question. And to be mute on a budget or something that we're approving, are we more than a rubber stamp
Request
to
for
say?
information.
Please pause this time. What is your request?
Are you aware that this council has never approved a DDA budget ever before? Are you aware of that?
Please start this time again.
I would have thought that if we're approving one today, there was a yesterday where we did, and
We have no
so
say.
no, that's wow. So why are we approving it now? I mean, if they're gonna do what they want to do anyway, pay money back or not pay money back or whatever. They are their own entity. They approve their own budget. They get into a deficit. We bail them out. They make their money. They do what they want to do with their money. But when they have a deficit, we bail them out. This is one of those make it make sense to me.
Councilman, I think this is one of the circumstances where you probably need to be able to take a look at the state legislation on DDA, because
Okay.
it outlines quite a bit of control, outlines of a lot of the rules and regulatory aspects as they relate to cities.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the second round?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 5th Ward, you have the floor.
Yes, Madam Chair, through you to Councilwoman Priestley. Councilwoman Priestley, so did you meet with the DDA? And did you look at their budget? Councilwoman Priestley?
No.
You never looked at their budget?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's interesting, but like I keep saying, lack of accountability, mismanagement, a history of financial instability. I'm not gonna waste my vote on this.
So again, I support sending this to council.
Actually put in MLI, the Flint Journal, that it was paid. They told a journalist it was paid last year. The amounts have varied. People have supported and stated it had been paid. Some people supported that it was okay to make these transactions, which total up to $20,336. That's a whole lot of spending, and that's not just eyelashes. This is a cashier's check, but usually there's a signature, well, on the City of Flint Downtown DDA. So she authorized.
Request for information.
Yes.
Please, well, excuse me, that goes through the chair.
Okay.
So, again, he's new, and as he learned, we will do things in order.
I'm taking my time while you talking.
So,
this is my time.
Please pause the time real quick. Ms. Burns, we will be in order. And so, as our colleague is new, we want to make sure that all colleagues know how this works. So, thanks a lot. Thanks, Mr. Jarrett.
Through you to the speaker.
Go ahead.
Are you aware that particularly at the state bank, the individual tellers sign off on the cashier's check? So the Ann Hawthorne may well be a teller at the bank.
Okay, and thank you for that information. As someone who over here thought it was okay to spend money and return it back, rob a bank, then put the money back in, is what I associated with. You know, and to state she want to tell somebody to be in order.
Ms. Burns,
okay.
let's not speak
I'm
to
talking,
people's
I'm not speaking to you when
pause
you
her
said
time.
that.
Please pause her time.
You stated that on the record. Would you like me to play it back for you?
Ms. Burns, as we're saying,
And this
let's
is
make sure,
pertaining to
Ms.
this.
Burns,
Ms. Lewis.
let's make sure that we're not violating Robert rules and speaking to other people's motives. Let's not do
You're taking the
that.
floor. I'm not speaking to your motive.
So
I'm
as we're
speaking
going to
to
go
what you
ahead, you
said.
can restart her time as she speaks on this
See, this is
resolution.
when
Thank
people have
you.
control. I'm speaking to what you said. It's not your motives. You said on the record it was okay for the DDA director to take these expenses, and and I know she paid them back, and she didn't. We got a check here today that states she didn't, a year later. So somebody lying. You stated she paid it back and it was okay. You're on the record. I'm not speaking to your motives. I am fact checking you. Big difference. Big difference. So, Mr. Moore, I don't need you.
What is your point, Ms. Priestley?
Didn't you, through you to Ms. Burns, didn't I hear Dr. Lewis say that she was informed last year that it was paid back? And that's what she reported on? Whether what we found out was that it was not true?
No, that's an improper, and you are taking the floor illegally. I'm not going to let you defend her. Because
Proceed,
you are
Ms.
unethical
Burns.
yourself. So I absolutely am not, because you should have checked that. We are just now getting this 6 days later, and this is a year ago. This is $20,000. It started out at 35. But that's how y'all do. Y'all cover for each other instead of being independent voters, being independent in your processes, and not following policy nor the.
All right, thank you, Ms. Burns. Anyone else would like to speak in the first round?
I hold a corporate card, and I know that, yeah, I could swipe it wherever I choose to swipe it, but if it ain't a matter pertaining to something that I'm supposed to swipe it for, there are going to be repercussions and consequences that would be beyond just, as the example, I robbed a bank, you caught me, and I tell you what, I give you the money back, just let me walk. That ain't how it works. So I won't be supporting this resolution. Well, I won't be supporting this resolution.
All right, anyone else in the first round?
So if it was paid back, wouldn't it have been paid back some weeks ago? Months ago? A year ago? Yeah. I mean, so now all of a sudden, just out of the sky, we get this cashier's check. How come it wasn't presented to us last week? Why did we have to beg? Why did we have to beg for this? Something's not right.
Is it paid or not? This states that it's paid. Now, other issues that my colleagues have with the DDA, have at it. But the issue of the money being paid is paid. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and call for the vote to pass Resolution 240140. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Burns?
No.
Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
No.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
The vote is 2 yes, 5 no.
The vote is 2 yes, 5 no. That resolution fails. So the chair will entertain a motion for Resolution 240157 in respect to the gentleman who's been patiently waiting all day.
Madam Chair, I make a motion.
Now the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. Any support? Supported by the Councilwoman of the 7th Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett? Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. It is 12:38 a.m. And this meeting is officially adjourned. Have a good night.
Check me after here, get on out of here. Yeah, just like you lied and said they came after you. Stop that. Talk less and walk out. Stand like a woman and talk. But I'll tell the person who works for the city and the DA.